unoriginal. Those are just some of the ways that these 9 specific SML characters have fallen off over time. And today, we're gonna talk about all of them. Starting with Brooklyn Guy. He went from the occasional straight man to literal filler. Brooklyn Guy used to be one of the most beloved SML characters of all time. But in June of 2022, when Logan started giving him more of the spotlight in videos, something changed. But was it really just the spotlight that made Brooklyn Guy feel stale? Or was it something deeper? Let's take a step back. A couple of years ago, Brooklyn Guy used to be used as more of a side character, appearing in only 40 videos in 2017, compared to the over 123 appearances that he racked up in 2024. That's nearly 3 times as many. Back then, every Brooklyn Guy scene felt like a treat, whether it was his relatability as a stressed out guy juggling 50 jobs, or his snarky back and forth with other characters. Brooklyn Guy quickly cemented himself as a fan favorite. But fast forward to today, and it feels like Brooklyn Guy has become a default character for any role that needs filling, whether it makes sense or not. Need a doctor? Brooklyn Guy. Need a police officer? Brooklyn Guy. The Tooth Fairy? I'm sure he's done it. That overexposure, combined with his same repetitive jokes, have really dulled the charm of his character. But what really caused the downfall of Brooklyn Guy? Well, it all started, funnily enough, when Logan realized that people were starting to get sick of Jeffy, but they loved Brooklyn Guy. So Logan decided a good idea would be upgrading Brooklyn Guy from a side character to a main character. But little did he know, this would be a crucial mistake. And one of the biggest outcomes of this mistake were the Nintendo animations, which are used in SML videos mainly when Brooklyn Guy tells a story about his life. But it started to get weird when they would just seemingly use a Nintendo animation just to pad out the runtime of a video. These animations started to become so repetitive and predictable that they even break the fourth wall and joke about it in videos now.
Hey, this is my favorite day. I love pinching people for not wearing a certain color.
Why?
Well, I think I got addicted to it in high school.
Oh no, you're gonna tell me an animated story, aren't you?
You bet I am. Settle in, it's a long one.
But the biggest problem with Brooklyn Guy nowadays is the filler. Literally every time he is used nowadays, it's just because they can't think of more actual content to put in the video. And this really shows how formulaic the typical SML video is. It always starts with Jeffy, Marvin, and Rose on the couch. Jeffy causes some problem, and then they can't think of other ways to make the video longer. So they throw in Brooklyn Guy, and then he starts yapping, which leads to videos like SML movie Jeffy's Scream, which I'll save your eyes from because it's so bad. Over time, Brooklyn Guy's personality started to shift, as he went from the only straight man character to a lazy, pathetic man-child who tries to skip all of his responsibilities. Nowadays, Brooklyn Guy just wants to get drunk, watch the Heat all day, and go to the strip club, which ruined a lot of the relatability people had with his character. That, paired along with a change from the original puppet and the loss of his Brooklyn accent, Brooklyn Guy is a character that has fallen off over the years. But if we're talking about a character losing everything that once made them great, Dougie would be the perfect example of that. Ya boy Dougie, formerly known as Black Yoshi, was once one of the funniest and most unique characters in SML. After his introduction in 2008, it didn't take long until he became a fan favorite, and it's really not hard to see why.
My boy Mapleham Lincoln Navigator in the 1800s signed the answer my pants pronunciation, so that means I ain't got to listen to you.
The Emancipation Proclamation?
Yeah, don't you spit balls at me, you can't rap.
But back then, Black Yoshi's character worked because of his exaggerated but consistent traits. He was selfish and lazy, but it was balanced out with a sense of charm and humor. Episodes like Black Yoshi's Kids and Black Yoshi's Kool-Aid Problem are prime examples of peak Black Yoshi, but that didn't last for long. From 2018 to 2020, he started gradually being used less and less in videos. Times were moving fast, and he just wasn't a main character anymore, as other characters like Jeffy took more of the spotlight. But this all changed when SML received the notorious cease and desist letter from Nintendo, not allowing them to use their copyrighted characters, causing Black Yoshi to not appear in SML videos anymore. When SML first got sued, they changed all of their main characters to puppets, credits. But Logan didn't know how to design Black Yoshi, so he just stopped using him. This all changed though on August 27th, 2022, when Black Yoshi was reintroduced as ya boy Dougie, and fans loved it. This was honestly a genius idea on how to get Black Yoshi into the show without having him be a Yoshi. Having him as a dinosaur feels authentic as hell, and I give major props to SML for coming up with that idea. But after the hype died down for Dougie's grand return, people started letting their nostalgia take over. I miss when Black Yoshi said folk, had a gun, and was more assertive. The new one is way too dependent on Marvin. How to make a modern Black Yoshi video. Step 1. Black Yoshi asks Mario for money. Step 2. Black Yoshi does something illegal. People weren't really satisfied with this new version of Black Yoshi. Removing his gangster attitude and racial tendencies really started to weaken his character. He was essentially just a watered down version of Black Yoshi. He started whining a lot more and seems like more of a sensitive character now. But another character who had his personality stripped away from him over time was Jeffy. When he was first introduced in 2016, he instantly became one of the most polarizing characters in SML history, with him being an instant hit with younger audiences. But on the other hand, the older fans despised him for taking screen time away from their favorite characters. Initially, Jeffy's character worked because he was a wild card. His unpredictable behavior and the way he drives Mario crazy created a unique dynamic.
8 minus 4 is 4. No, it's not. F this helmet. F this paint job. And f this diaper. I want to f know where that 4 went to come back that fast to be making it not an 8.
However, in 2017, SML made a mistake by posting a video called Jeffy's Tantrum. And in this video, Logan took Jeffy way too far. From 2016 to 2017, his character started shifting from a mentally handicapped kid to someone who just whined and screamed to get his way. And after Jeffy couldn't get his $2.99 game from the App Store, he threw a fit and broke Mario's couch and TV. And after Mario punishes him, he becomes a changed man. And then I can't fully say what happened, but after this, a fan allegedly tried to do the same thing. We aren't sure if this is true or not, if the fan actually tried this, but the parents should have definitely held him more accountable. Fun fact, this video is what got SML on the news. After this, SML ended up on Good Morning America, which caused all of their videos to get demonetized. A few years later, Jeffy ultimately caught the eyes of Nintendo, and after viewing the channel, they ended up saying enough is enough. By the way, they didn't actually say that, it's just foreshadowing for the cease and desist they got. But the lawsuit didn't really affect Jeffy's character. So what caused his character to fall off? Well, I couldn't really find an exact reason. It just seems that over time, SML got bored and wanted to give the spotlight to other characters like Brooklyn Guy and Marvin. Now, Jeffy is barely used as the main character anymore. Sure, he's still in titles and thumbnails, but in most modern SML videos, he's just a background character that sits and watches Brooklyn Guy while he goes on his infamous yapping sessions. The best example of this is Jeffy's Scream. Fixing Jeffy's character is really easy though. All they really need to do is actually just have him be the main character in videos again. Jeffy's character may be easy to fix, but on the other hand, Junior's is unfixable. Introduced in 2011, Junior quickly became a mainstay on the channel because he resonated with younger fans. Junior was the perfect way to cause problems in other characters' lives, which inherently made the show more interesting. However, when Junior turned into a puppet, his personality became increasingly boring. Episodes started to focus more on his entitlement rather than his adventurous spirit. The humor that once came from his interactions with other characters began to feel mean-spirited and repetitive, constantly joking about Cody's mom being fat and Joseph's mom being dead. I miss the plushies. Having Nintendo characters and incorporating parts of the games in some videos was a real treat. While Junior still has some moments of charm, his characters lost so much of what made him special. Fans born from 2004 to 2008 likely saw their first SML video as a Junior video, and started watching for Junior and his personality. But as of recording this in 2025, Junior is now 16 years old. He's almost a full-grown adult, and that's the reason Junior's character doesn't feel the same as it once did. As Junior's grown up, We have grown up alongside him. So is it really Junior that changed, or is it you? Well, most likely it's a combination of both, as Logan has started doing things with Junior that most teenagers do, like getting a girlfriend and getting their first job. Despite what people say, Bowser Jr. videos will always be nostalgic to me. Junior might be seen differently because of nostalgia, but someone whose character has actually changed for the worse over time is Cody. Cody was introduced in 2013 as one of Bowser Jr.'s best friends. He was always the weird kid in the group who liked men and hard math problems.
It's a medical disorder.
Cody quickly became a fan favorite due to his unique personality and his role as the smart kid, leading to some of the most memorable moments in SML history. Early on, Cody's character was defined by his nerdy traits, his obsession with Ken, and his interactions with his over-the-top parents, Judith and Tyrone. But things slowly started to change for the worse when Cody was turned into a human puppet. He started being overshadowed by repetitive jokes about his sexuality and getting really, and I mean really explicit with his new boyfriend, Timmy Huckerdoo.
Hello?
What do you need?
I need hungry hippos.
He's busy.
While these jokes were funny at first, they started to dominate his character, leading to him being more lustful in videos. Another issue is how Cody's dynamic with Junior and Joseph has shifted. Earlier episodes showed a genuine friendship between the kids. Even though Cody was the one they always picked on, they still genuinely cared for him. However, as they grew older, we grew older too.